Hello, my speakers children. It's me, Ghost Girl, and I'm here with you guys for another video. Now, I've been really quite unwell for quite a bit of time. This girl at my work got a cold, and she's just spread it round to like everyone at my work. So I've been really unwell for the past few days, hence why I haven't uploaded a video in quite some time. And also my schedule recently has been all over the place as well, which doesn't help. The job's partly to blame. I'm looking for a new job because the job I'm currently doing at the moment has had a really bad impact on my mental health. So I've just decided to get a new job. So I'm doing like a live video today because I'm quite limited for time today. I've got quite a lot that I need to be getting done today. So I'm going to be doing like the 2-in-1 kind of in this live. So this week I was going to do a video on my 4th year in college. So when I went to do my HNC in travel and tourism, and then I went to Falkirk College to study my HND in travel and tourism. So I'm going to be talking about those 2 years today, and and what happened. So if you watched my last 2 videos, you guys will know about the stalker I had when I was studying my NC. So basically after the summer I went to study my HNC, and some of the people that were in that class, some of the Rajis that I told you about in my last video, well, they weren't there, which was a good thing, but there was still some Rajis there, which I just kind of put up with them, but yeah. Didn't really like some of them, but then I was kind of stuck in a course with them, so what could I do? But yeah, so I went to study my HNC, and soon after the year it started, the stalker that was stalking me on Facebook the previous year started messaging me again, and it was worse that year than what it was the year before, because by that point Messenger was allowing people to phone you, and Messenger didn't have that function the year before, and he was like always trying to call me like on Messenger and like always messaging me, and I used to message him and say to him like, please leave me alone, and he wouldn't leave me alone, and he like kept like creating like all these different accounts, and I had to keep blocking them, and this went on for like the full college year. Also, it was just a nightmare that year because I got attacked by this woman that bullied me at school. I was walking home one day from college, and she approached me, and she attacked me in the middle of the street, and the police got called, and I ended up having to get a lift home in a police van, and reported it to the police, and that year had to take her to court and get her done for assault charges, and she was trying to flip the script and say it was the other way around and say that it was me that attacked her, when actually it was the other way about. So that went on for over a year, and I had to deal with that, and that was just a nightmare to deal with. But eventually that and the stalker thing got resolved. When I finished my HNC, I passed the course, but there was a few people who did not, and they ended up either quitting halfway or failing the course, and it was mostly some of the wedgies like in that class that I didn't like, and I was kind of relieved to like see them go. So the next year I'm going to be talking about is my HND. So the HND course was in Falkirk, and there's two classes like that teach that course. So there's one course that runs in Falkirk and one course that runs in Stirling. And by the time they go to teach the HND level, there's not enough people to run two separate courses, so they usually bring all the Falkirk people and the Stirling people together in one class, and that takes place at the Falkirk College. So for my HND, I had to go to Falkirk, and at this point, the old Falkirk College was getting demolished, and they were building the new Falkirk College, and we were in the old Falkirk College for a bit, and that was an absolute death trap. So the building was collapsing. I'm actually pretty surprised the building never collapsed on our heads. The building was an absolute maze. There were bits of the building that were getting held together with sellotape, and the lift, we were told not to go anywhere near the lift because a lecturer used the lift and got stuck in the lift for over 8 hours and it broke down. So for health and safety reasons, we weren't allowed to use the lift, and the windows were being held on by cable ties. I remember one time one of our classmates actually opened up one of the windows, and the window actually fell off onto the ground and smashed into a million pieces. Thank God no one was walking underneath there when the window fell, otherwise that would have been a one-way trip to Lambert Hospital for them. So the place was an absolute death trap, and it desperately needed demolished. So we were so relieved when we got to go into the new college. For some of my ODs, you guys will remember that year was very hard for me because my granddad passed away, and also you guys will probably remember the whole creepy Peter situation, the guy that was harassing me and my friend at college, because I'd made a friend at college that year, and she's still my friend to this day. I still talk to her. Shout out to her if she's watching this, because I know she watches my videos sometimes. But yeah, he was just this creepy guy that was harassing me and my friend, and it turns out he had already been accused of assaulting 3 women, and he was a sociopath, and he was targeting me and my friend, and we had to get the college involved, and I was trying to get her away from this guy, and he was making sexual comments about me and my friend, and we did eventually manage to defeat this guy, and he quit the course in 2 months into the course. So we kind of managed to get rid of him. When the new college was built after Christmas, it was sitting out of Blade Runner, this college. You actually felt like you were in an episode of Doctor Who when you were in this college. There was absolutely no privacy in that place whatsoever. You'd be in the classroom, and the classroom would be tiny, and everything was all glass, and you could see everything. So you'd be looking and you'd see everyone in the classroom, and then there'd be like a window and you'd be able to see everything out that window. So I'd be looking through the classroom, right through the classroom, into the window outside. I'd be thinking, oh, what a ball view out that window. And then I'd wave to like the folk that were in our classroom, like, hi. And it's just like, you shouldn't be able to do that. But that was just the setup of that place, absolute no privacy. I remember there was this black staircase, and it was like something out of Star Wars, this black staircase. I remember me and my pal went on this quest to find this black staircase, and it actually like reeked of pain, like proper reeked of pain. We had, as soon as we found it, we had to bolt because the smell was so bad. And yeah, the smell of pain is meant to be bad for your lungs. So I was like, yeah, I'm not getting any damage to my lungs, so let's get out of here. The canteen was quite cool. They had like a robotic dumbwaiter, so it meant that the staff were only having to take trees in and stuff. Like, that was cool. That was the first time I'd seen any of that. The college had wee mini gardens, but they were quite grim. It was basically like a blob of concrete and then a single like square of grass in the middle with a bench. It was quite bizarre. They had like wee pillars sticking out with like wee lights at the end of them that kind of reminded me of something out of Star Trek. The car parking facilities weren't great though. They could have had more car park, and I used to take a car share there with one of my friends from college, and there just wasn't enough parking. Like, we had to get there like really early in the morning just to get a space. I remember that year we were doing a class project with a group of people, and me and my friend got put in a group with one of these people, a few of these people, and that was meant to be like a class project. So like, we were supposed to work in it as a team and organise like a field trip somewhere. But it was just a total disaster because it was just me and her that were doing the work. Like, no one else was doing the work because they were like all too lazy, and we've been running around like mad trying to sort this out, and they were all just sitting there like not doing the work. And we had two people that didn't turn up and didn't actually put anything towards the project. The others I managed to convince to do some work, but it wasn't until right at the very end of the fundraising activities, because we had to raise our own funds for the trip, that we were able to raise enough money to fund the trip. And it was actually me that raised most of the money, and I didn't even get like a thank you or anything from anyone. I was so angry. And we did like a raffle, and we're like trying to raise money through this raffle to like raise funds for this trip. And one of the guys that didn't do anything towards the actual raffle and the fundraising won, and I was so raging that he won because he actually never did anything to contribute towards any of the fundraising. So it was just so annoying when he won. I was so raging. My auntie did win something though, so at least that was a silver lining. And my wee cousin won something. And I just said to her, oh, you take it. It's a sign from the universe for your hard work. And she was like, no, I'm not wanting it. So, that is what happened with that. And I feel like some of them shouldn't have even passed that unit because they never did any work. And I told the lecturer that they never did any work, and I wrote about it in the assessments and stuff because you were meant to write about the group's progression and stuff, like in the assessments, and they still passed, and they shouldn't have passed that unit. Even just thinking about it now, I'm getting like really annoyed about that. But what ended up happening with that trip, we ended up not going because this took place at the start of 2020, and we all know what happened in 2020. Coronavirus happened, and the whole country went into lockdown, and this was also round about the time I started doing content creating. So you've probably seen the video that I wrote where someone at the college got the virus. Well, someone at the college ended up catching a coronavirus, and we all had to basically evacuate the college. It was this big, massive commotion, like literally alarms going off, people running there. I actually fell and nearly got like trampled on. People were literally like running out the college, and there was like alarms going off. And I remember leaving the college and people like standing outside the college with like big masks and bloody PPE suit things and that way, big cleaner things, like waiting for us all to leave to like defumigate and deep clean the college. It was crazy. And we never got to go back to the college after that. We spent the rest of the year working from home, which, when you think about it, is quite sad because they built like this brand new college, and we were all like dead excited to go to this brand new college, and then we ended up not even getting to properly experience it, which is when you think about it, it's quite sad. But that was my 4th and 5th years at college. And my next video, I'm going to be talking about university and how I ended up going and studying international tourism in university, because I had a diploma by this point, I was able to join into my a third year, jump into third year of a course. They call that a direct entrance. So basically in Scotland, what you can do is you can go to college and study a diploma, and if you get like a C in your graded, well, at the time they were accepting C's. I think that was just because of COVID and everything, but I don't know if it's a B now or an A or if it's anything else. But if you get like a certain score on your graded unit, which is like your final exam, like the big one, you can join into a third year entry of a university course, and you apply for this thing called UCAS. That's what I did, and then I got accepted into a third year of uni, and then I went to study my third year and my fourth year. So in the next video, I'm going to be talking about my third year of uni, and it's going to be an interesting story because COVID was still a thing then, so I never got to experience uni as what it normally would have been. It was a different experience for me, and it's going to be an interesting story, I think, to listen to and to tell as well. But that is everything for me today, my spooky children. I hope you enjoy this video today. If you did, then please like this video, comment down below, subscribe, share this video, click on the notification icon so that you'll be notified when my next video comes out. Also, don't forget to follow me on my socials. I'm on Twitter and I'm on Patreon as psychic readings are going. The personal drama that I was dealing with has seemed to have stopped now, although I'm not really wanting to jinx myself. As for work-related drama, until I leave that job, that's still going to just keep happening. I'm applying for new jobs, and I've got a job interview on Tuesday, so let's hope that all goes well. But yeah, that is. I'm gonna start be able to do readings soon. Once I get this job and once the personal situation has kind of been healed from, I'm thinking about doing a video in March, just kind of talking about everything that happened and like summarising it all. And I'm hoping to start readings up again soon, but I can't tell you an exact date yet. But that's everything for me today, my spooky children. I hope you have enjoyed this video today, and goodbye.